I'm not muted, no. I'm Professor Blakey, and this is our first video. Welcome to Glen Maven Digital Publishing. The topic of today's video is, what is media law? Are you seeking knowledge? Well, then you've come to the right place. Glen Maven Digital Publishing, where we publish about the media, the First Amendment, sociology, anthropology, psychology, life hacks, you name it, etc. Today's topic, as I said, is what is media law? There's my avatar. I'm Professor Elizabeth Blakey, and I'm going to tell you the answer to today's question. What is media law? Well, obviously it's law about the media, which leads to the question, what is law and what is the media? How does the media influence society? How can we conceive of the digital era as a revolution, similar to or parallel to other media-caused revolutions? And that leads to the larger question of how does law change? So what is the media? The media is the thing in between. So if I phone you, then in between you and me is our phone. Likewise, if I text you, the text is in between the communicators. So the media is the thing in between. It's the same word as medium, the thing in between two worlds or two people. The law is usually considered rules in a book. But think of it more of a social process where the law reflects the order, the regulations, the rules that society wants to follow, but it also ensures freedom. So there's always a balance in a free society between law and order and freedom. And law ensures freedom as well as law ensures law and order. So how is the digital revolution important to this topic? Well, think back to the 15th century where there was the invention of the printing press. This was a massive new technology pervasive throughout the society and changed the way people thought and the way people viewed themselves. It led to a sense of autonomy, more literacy, more people could read, and then it also led to eventually democratic revolutions where people felt that they were in charge of governing themselves. They had a sense of human rights. The French Revolution and the American Revolution that asserted human rights, including the right to freedom of expression. In the 1930s and 40s, there was another new mass media. We had the printing press, and now we have radio and broadcast television. So we had the printing press revolution, now we have the broadcast revolution. Again, massive social changes, media effects across the society. The effect of the media on the society led to many things, including new laws regulating how to have a broadcast station. But even then, the gatekeepers were the people who owned the newspaper or the people who owned a company who owned the television station. And so it was the gatekeepers that were in charge of what content and information was provided to everyone. Now with the digital revolution, we have digital and social media on our phones, other screens, where we can communicate to the world, and we don't have to be one of these gatekeeper companies, one of these huge mass media companies. So again, that's causing massive social changes, including legal changes as the law reflects the way society wants to govern itself, and massive changes. And in fact, the law can't really keep up. So how does the law change? The law changes by reflecting what culture and communities want for themselves, what policies and social rules, regulations, and norms do they want to have embedded or encoded into law. So obviously with a massive change from like a communications technology, the iPhone, the internet, social media, we're going to see legal changes, but not right away because the law changes kind of slowly in comparison to how communication technology changes and how quickly communication technologies can change our lives. But we have to kind of figure out what the policies are and what the norms are, and then the law will later have that encoded into the books. So media law is a very dynamic topic, and it's increasingly dynamic as it's trying to keep up with communications technology. Can't always keep up with communications technology. We wouldn't want the law to change as quickly as communication technology changes, but it is keeping up, and it opens up the many debates about how we want to regulate media and expression, privacy, copyright, and so many other topics.